What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Surfing the Stream, where every week we're on a quest to find out what is the greatest movie of all time. With the trailer dropping for Captain America Brave New World, I thought this was a great time to go revisit Captain America's trilogy with Chris Evans. And I'm going to be honest, up until today, I have always disliked this movie. I always thought it was bottom tier MCU. I could never understand why people loved it so much. This is probably the third or fourth time I've actually seen it, like sat through the entire movie and watched it from beginning to end. And I will say, I do like this way more now than I previously did. Now, full disclaimer, I've never been the biggest Captain America fan. There's just other MCU characters that I just prefer over Captain America. Now, with that being said, I feel like I understand his character a lot more after watching like Infinity War, Endgame, even Civil War. So I'm just curious to know if those movies retroactively made this one better. I really appreciate Chris Evans' take on the character in this entry. Sure, it's pretty much a by the numbers origin story that Marvel kind of beat into the ground. The character work in this movie is actually pretty good. I love the fact that while he is willing to die for his country, he's not willing to sacrifice his friends and his family to do so. He's always going to do the right thing rather than what he is told to do from his superiors. So that just makes his character so much more relatable to me personally. It could have been developed more for sure, but for what we got in this movie, I really did like. Now, while I do like this entry a lot more now than I previously did, I'm still not a fan of the back half of this movie. After Bucky returns, it's just like the movie just really struggles with pacing and storytelling. And the montage sequence, oh, I have never liked that sequence, and I still don't like it now. The CGI is god awful in that sequence, and it really doesn't add a whole lot to the movie for me. I wish they would have just picked like one of those scenes and just went with it. And that particular scene was like one of their one-off adventures. I would have loved that more so than what we got with this montage sequence. The back half of the movie also kills every bit of momentum that they gained with Red Skull in the beginning. Hugo Weaving was so damn good with the very limited amount of screen time that he got. Just a masterclass in acting from Hugo Weaving. They just didn't give him much to do and work with here to really like fully develop and realize his character. That he just disappears into thin air. Like I don't like that. That just felt very cheap and very anticlimactic for this movie. He could have been an all-time great villain in the MCU, but instead we got this boring, ugly montage. I would just have preferred them to fully expand on Captain America and his group, or give it to Red Skull and expand and develop that character a little bit more instead of that ugly ass montage. So, overall, Marvel plays it too safe at times and never really gives us anything super exciting, unique, or original with this movie. This is a solid entry in the MCU. It's gonna end up being mid tier for me now rather than a bottom feeder that it previously was. And guys, next week I'm going to be checking out Captain America and the Winter Soldier, which I know a shit ton of people that says that is top 5 Marvel movies for them, maybe even their favorite. And personally, I've always put it just right above this one. Like it's still mid-tier Marvel for me. It'll be very interesting to see what my feelings are for the Winter Soldier after watching the first Avenger. But guys, that is going to be it from me. Drop me a comment below on what you think about Captain America, the First Avenger. Is it mid-tier? Is it one of your favorite movies? Let me know down below, and I will catch y'all next time on another episode. Laters.